Last class we have seen velocity diagram and also we derived derivations for blade efficiency and stage efficiency. Today let us solve one simple problem. Saturated steam at 1000 kilopascal pressure enters a D level steam turbine. D level is the single stage turbine and exhaust at 100 kilopascal. There are 4 nozzles in the turbine and each one is inclined at 20-degree angle to the plane of the view. The average peripheral speed of the blade is 400 meter per second. Obtain best angle for the blades if inlet and outlet angles are same. Find blade efficiency. Okay. Here the given data is, in the problem clearly they mentioned that the steam is the saturated steam which is entering into the turbine with the pressure of 1000 kilopascal. So as you can see here in TS diagram, here process 1 to 2 is the isentropic process through the turbine. Okay, the steam is expanding between 1 and 2. Here at 1 the pressure is 1000 kilopascal which is entering into the turbine. After passing through the turbine, at the exhaust the pressure is 100 kilopascal. So at point 2 the pressure is 100 kilopascal. And also they have given that there are 4 nozzles in the turbine and each one is 20 degrees angle, which means here nozzle angle is 20 degrees. And also they have given average peripheral speed of the blade. Speed of the blade is 400 meter per second. Okay, now let us solve a problem. As we know that here the condition of the steam is saturated steam that they have given in the problem. So we have to refer the saturated steam table at 1000 kilopascal. Now let us find at point 1 enthalpy and entropy. Okay, to find enthalpy and entropy at point 1 we have to refer the steam table, saturated steam table at 1000 kilopascal. So when you see the steam table, the H1 value is 2771.1 kilojoule per kg. Entropy S1 value is 6.585 kilojoule per kg kilo. These values I have taken from the steam tables. Okay, but as we know that process 1 to 2 is the isentropic process. So S1 equals to S2. So S2 value is same 6.585 kilojoule per kg. We have calculated enthalpy and entropy values at point 1. Now let us find enthalpy entropy values at point 2. Okay, to find that at point 2 the given pressure is 100 kilopascal. So at 100 kilopascal again we have to refer the saturation steam table because this point 2 is in the saturation zone. As we know that we can write it as S2 equals to SF2 plus X into SFG2. Okay, here we know the value of the S2, that is 6.585 equals to SF2, SFG2 values are we have to take from the steam table at 100 kilopascal. Those values are SF2 value is 1.3028 plus X into SFG2 value is 6.056. So from this equation we can find the dryness fraction, that is 0.8772. Now let us find enthalpy value at point 2 at the exit of the turbine. As we know that we can write it as H2 equals to HF2 plus X into HFG2. Okay. Here also we have to refer the steam table at 100 kilopascal because the pressure at the exit of the turbine is 100 kilopascal, which is given in the problem. When you refer the steam table, the HF2 value at 100 kilopascal is 4175.5 plus X. X is the dryness fraction which we already calculated, that is 0.8722 into HFG2 value is 2257.4. This value I have taken from the saturation steam table at 100 kilopascal. Now finally the H2 value is 2386 kilojoule per kg. Okay. Now we know the enthalpy values at point 1 and point 2, so we can find the velocity of the steam which is entering into the turbine. So the formula is V equals to square root of 2 into 1000. Here 1000 is per kilowatt into H1 minus H2. Generally students do mistake here. Many students forget to write 1000. Here 1000 should be there because it should be in kilowatts. Now V equals to square root of 2 into 1000. H1 value, H2 values we already calculated. 2777.1 minus 2386. So the V1 value is 884.4 meter per second. This value is the inlet velocity of the steam. So for example, this is the blade. Here with the velocity V1, the steam is entering into the turbine blade. So the value is 884 meter per second. Now let us draw a velocity diagram. So this, how to draw a velocity diagram, we already discussed in the previous class. So this here U is the blade velocity or peripheral velocity. V1 is the absolute velocity at inlet of the blade. So this is the VR1. VR1 is the relative velocity at the inlet of the blade. So this is VR2. VR2 is the relative velocity at outlet of the blade. V2 is the absolute velocity at the outlet of the blade. Okay. Here beta, the angle beta is blade inlet angle, and this is alpha. Alpha is the nozzle angle. Okay. Now in this problem they already given nozzle angle, that is 20 degrees, and also the value U. U is the blade velocity is 400 meter per second. This is also given in the problem. V1 we just calculated, that is 889.4 meter per second. Okay. Now we have to calculate the blade angle. To find the blade angle, from this triangle, so this is a triangle. From this triangle we can write it as tan beta 1 equals to V1 sin 20. V1 value is 884.4 sin 20, because to do like this V1, so this here, this is the sin sin 20. So V1 sin 20 divided by again V1 cos 20. V1 value is 884.4 cos 20. So this side is the cos 20, this is the cos 20 minus this side already u also there. So minus 400. U value is 400. Again I am repeating. This V1 line we have to do like this. So this side is the cos alpha, this side is V1 sin alpha. Okay, this side is V1 cos alpha, V1 sin alpha. Okay, the same thing I have written here. V1 cos alpha is there and also u also there. So that's why in the denominator I have written minus 400. So from this equation we can find the beta value. Beta is the blade angle 35 degrees. Okay. Now we can find the VR1. VR1 is square root of this one and square root of this one, that is 526.6 meter per second. Now let us find relative velocity at outlet. Here this is the VR1 relative velocity at inlet, VR2 relative velocity at outlet, this is the V2 absolute velocity at outlet. In the problem they not mention any losses, which means there is no friction when steam passing over the blade. Here you can see, so here the steam is entering in the blade with relative velocity VR1 and leaving the blade with the relative velocity VR2. If there is no friction when steam flowing over the blade, which means VR1 equals to VR2. Relative velocity will be the same when there is no friction. In that case, VR2 is VR1. VR1 value we already calculated, that is 526.6 meter per second. Now the last question is, we have to find the blade efficiency. The formula for blade efficiency is 2VWU by V1 square. Here VW is the whirl velocity, U is the blade velocity or peripheral velocity, V1 square is the absolute velocity. Okay, in this equation we know the value of blade velocity and V1 square absolute velocity. We don't know the value of the whirl velocity, so that we have to find out. So to find the whirl velocity, the equation is this one. This equation we can write from the velocity diagram, which is already explained in the previous class. We can write it as VR1 cos beta 1 plus VR2 cos beta 2. Okay, here beta 1 beta 2 are equal because in the problem they mentioned that outlet and inlet blade angles are same, and also VR1 VR2 also equal because there is no friction, which means VR1 equals to VR2. So finally, since both are same, 2 into VR value is 526.6 cos beta value is 35. So from this equation we can find the whirl velocity Vw equals to 862.7 meter per second. So now substitute this value in the efficiency equation. Now 2 into whirl velocity is 862.7 into blade velocity is 400, which is already given in the problem. V1 square we calculated 884.4 square. Now finally we will get the blade efficiency, that is 88%. Now let us continue from the last class. Last class we have derived equation for blade efficiency 2VWu by V1 square. Here VW is the whirl velocity, U is the blade velocity or peripheral velocity, V1 square is absolute velocity at inlet. From this equation we can understand that by reducing the V1 value we can increase the efficiency. But here V1 is the velocity of the steam, that is constant, we cannot change. The other term is VW. By increasing the VW we can increase the efficiency. But VW depends on V1, because when V1 increases, the force exerted on the blade increases, the whirl velocity increases. So VW depends on V1. VW also almost constant. Now the remaining term is U. U is the blade velocity. By increasing the blade velocity we can increase the efficiency. Okay, but generally to increase the efficiency, if we increase the U by V ratio, we can increase the blade efficiency. That we will see in this slide, how to increase the blade efficiency. Last class we also discussed how to draw a velocity diagram. This is the velocity diagram. Here U is the blade velocity or peripheral velocity, V1 is the absolute velocity at inlet, VR1 relative velocity at inlet, beta 1 blade inlet angle, beta 2 blade outlet angle, alpha nozzle angle, V2 absolute velocity at outlet, VR2 relative velocity at outlet. These things we have already discussed in the previous class. Now let us see how to get the maximum blade efficiency. For that, the derivation is from this velocity diagram, whirl velocity we can write it as V1 cos alpha 1 plus V2 cos alpha 2. This also we have already discussed in the previous class. The same equation we can write in terms of relative velocity, VR1 cos beta 1 plus VR2 cos beta 2. Okay. Now if you take out the VR1 cos beta 1, it would be a 1 plus VR2 divided by VR1 into cos beta 2 divided by cos beta 1. In this equation, beta 2, beta 1 are blade angles. Generally these values are closer to each other. So this term is constant. And also VR2 VR1 ratio also constant, because if there is no friction, these values also closer to each other. This is the velocity coefficient. So this is also constant. Now we can write it as VR1 cos beta 1 into 1 plus K into B. K is the constant, VR2 by VR1. B is the constant, cos beta 2 by cos beta 1. Now Vw equals to V1 cos alpha 1 minus cos alpha. The term Vr1 cos beta 1 we can write it as V1 cos alpha 1 minus u. Here we can see in the velocity diagram. So if you divide this line, so this is the V1 cos alpha 1 and also here u is there, so minus u. So the same thing I have written here into 1 plus kb. Now if you multiply with u both sides, we can write it as Vwu equals to V1 cos alpha 1 minus u into 1 plus kb into u. Okay. As we know that the ratio u by v, blade velocity to inlet velocity of the steam V1, that generally we denoted with alpha. Okay. If you remember one of our previous class, I already explained this chart. If we increase the u by v ratio, the term W, work output, will increase. After that it will be decreased. So here this, from this we can write it as u equals to rho into V1. Okay, if we substitute this u in this equation, we can write it as Vwu equals to V1 cos alpha 1 into rho V1. In the place of u, I have written rho V1 into 1 plus kb into here u. Again in the place of u, I have written rho V1 because u equals to rho V1. Now if you further simplify, if you multiply with the 2 on both sides, 2Vwu equals to 2 into rho V1, this term I have written friend, into V1 cos alpha 1 minus rho V1 into 1 plus kb. Okay. Now if you further simplify this equation, here if you take the term V outside, V into V, V square, that V1 square I have brought this side, so 2Vwu by V1 equals to, and if we send rho inside, we can write it as rho cos alpha 1 minus rho into rho square into 1 plus kb. Okay. Now here this 2Vwu by V1 square is the blade efficiency. So blade efficiency is, we can write it as, here kb are constants, nozzle angle also constant, so we can write it as blade efficiency is function of rho. So blade efficiency equals to function of rho. If you differentiate this equation, d blade efficiency divided by d rho equals to, but function of rho is this one. If we differentiate this equation, that would be a 2 into cos alpha 1 minus 2 rho into 1 plus kb equals to 0. If we differentiate again, that would be 2 into minus 2, 1 plus kb. If we simplify that equation, minus 4 into 1 plus kb. But here the value is minus, so we consider this equation. If we simplify this equation, rho equals to cos alpha 1 divided by 2, which means For maximum blade efficiency, the rho has to be cos alpha 1 divided by 2. Here rho is nothing but u by v1. U is the blade velocity, v1 is the velocity of the steam at inlet. Now again, if we substitute this rho value in the efficiency equation, that is 2 into rho cos alpha 1 minus rho square into 1 plus kb. This equation we already derived in the previous slide. So in this equation here, in the place of rho, we substitute with the cos alpha 1 divided by 2. Okay. After substituting the equation, it would be a blade efficiency equals to 2 into 1 by 2 cos alpha 1 minus 1 by 2 cos alpha 1 square into 1 plus kb. To further simplify this equation, 2 into 1 by 2 cos square alpha 1 minus 1 by 4 cos square alpha 1 into 1 plus kb. Okay. And also we can write blade efficiency equals to 2 into 1 by 4 cos square alpha 1 into 1 plus kb. If you further simplify, that is 1 by 2 into cos square alpha 1 into 1 plus kb. Okay. Here k and b are constants. So we take it as 1. 1 plus 1 is 2. So here we have written 2. 1 by 2 into cos square alpha 1 into 2. Here 2 get cancelled. So blade efficiency is cos square alpha 1 for speed ratio. Here the speed ratio is cos alpha 1 by 2. Okay. So this is the condition for getting the maximum blade efficiency. Rho should be cos alpha 1 by 2.